Death Metal 7 arrived in the first week of 2021, bringing with it 2 epilogues leading to the next phase of the DC Universe. The previous phases were Crisis of Infinite Earths in 1985, Zero Hour in 1994, Infinite Crisis in 2005, The New 52 in 2011, DC Rebirth in 2016, and now Infinite Frontier for 2021. According to Doomsday Clock, the next phase will be in 2026, when Earth 5G is born. After 36 years and laying off editorial in 2020 due to the COVID pandemic, DC Comics' strategy seems to be returning to pre-crisis stories with looser continuity and focusing on telling the best stories for their characters. DC Comics is also slashing its output of titles and pushing cover prices towards the $5 range to make up for the lost output. This strategy and culture seems to be coming from binge-watching shows from popular streaming sites like Netflix and Disney+. Readers have evolved to consume more, and to keep them engaged, DC Comics has to align to the current audience. This will include comics with backup stories, anthology books, and limited series to reach a broader range of consumer preferences. Getting back to Death Metal is an anti-crisis event where the heroes have lost to Perpetua, who created the multiverse. She plans to destroy the multiverse and remake it in her own image, in an endless loop so she can live forever. Within the first issue, Wonder Woman kills the Batman who laughs, while the second issue sees him evolve into the Darkest Knight by transferring his mind into the Bruce Wayne Dr. Manhattan body. In the third issue, Batman and Wonder Woman head to Apokolips to save Superman from the Dark Father, who is Darkseid Bruce Wayne. The fourth issue reveals the Darkest Knight has all the power and has the last multiverse of the 52 worlds in the palm of his hand. The Darkest Knight battles Perpetua in the fifth issue while the heroes assemble their armies. Superman leads the villains, Wonder Woman leads the heroes, Batman leads the dead against the army of the Darkest Knight. Batman is building an army of the dead with his Black Lantern ring. He can be able to use the ring because he died during a previous battle with Perpetua. The sixth issue sees the Darkest Knight kill Perpetua as Wonder Woman heads to the Forge and binds herself to the lasso of truth. The heroes and villains battle the Robin King along with the last 52 Earth's Dark Mirrors. The final issue sees the heroes and villains battle the minions of the Robin King while Wonder Woman battles the Darkest Knight. The Darkest Knight hits Wonder Woman back to the dawn of creation, where the multiverse was first created by Perpetua and her race. Wonder Woman fights back and throws the Darkest Knight into the Death Sun, where all the Earth stories are absorbed in one place. The creators of the multiverse offers Diana a chance to be reborn and to protect this new reality as the multiverse is restored following the events of Death Metal. This new reality is the Omniverse, a multiverse of multiverses, with unlimited stories where everything matters. The conclusion of Death Metal has several highlights, including Earth is no longer the center of the multiverse. There is an alpha world called Elseworld, which means there is an omega world which will most likely contain Darkseid. Illuminati of heroes and villains are united underneath the halls of justice and doom to protect the Earth. Overall, Death Metal seems to reverse the events of the New 52 from 10 years ago. When the New 52 was launched, there were several continuity issues going forward, like Tim Drake never becoming Robin and only went by the name Red Robin, and Wally West was missing. Now we have an Omniverse where all the stories happened without any regard to continuity. We get a glimpse of the possible future of the DC multiverse in Future State, available in January and February, followed by New Frontier books in March. Much like Flashpoint 10 years ago, where it launched the New 52 by combining worlds, Death Metal unravels the continuity and revealing separate worlds, each with its own history, for the individual reader to pick and choose from. DC has allowed readers to customize their own continuity based on what they love, which are their stories and their characters. The main highlight of Death Metal is the art by Greg Capullo, and without him the story is just average. Writer Scott Snyder has given us his fanboy panels, including a Dark Universe Terry McGinnis, incorporating Alan Moore's Watchmen references and characters, a Darkseid Bruce Wayne, called the Dark Father, Superman facing off against Kingdom Come Justice Lord and the Red Sun Superman, incorporating Grant Morrison's Final Crisis reference, as well as Jeff Johns' Infinite Crisis Superboy Prime. We have an army of Lobos, Superman leading the villains, Wonder Woman merging with the Lasso of Truth, revealing the origin of the Multiverse and the Mysterious Hand. Batman leading his army of Black Lanterns. Many of the panels are cool to admire, however they are just pretty pictures on a page, with no time for characterization. Too much is happening all at once, which deviates from the story. Death Metal could have been better if it was served as a 12-issue limited series, separated from the one-shots, giving it enough space for the characters to evolve to make an impact on the story. That being said, I'm looking forward to the Future State books, as well as the upcoming New Frontier books coming from DC Comics.